Why San Diego Zoo is considered the best zoo in the world. A zoo that redefined what zoos could be. When people hear the word zoo, many imagine metal bars, small cages, bored animals pacing back and forth, and visitors walking past quickly before moving on. For decades, this image defined zoos across the world. But one place fundamentally challenged that idea and changed the future of wildlife conservation forever. That place is the San Diego Zoo. Repeatedly ranked as the best zoo in the world, the San Diego Zoo is not famous just because it is large, old, or popular. It earned its reputation because it redefined animal care, pioneered conservation science, changed exhibit design globally, and proved that zoos can actively save species from extinction. This is not just a place to look at animals. It is a global conservation engine, a research institution, a living classroom, and for many endangered species, the last line of survival. So why exactly is the San Diego Zoo considered the best zoo in the world? The answer lies in its history, philosophy, science, ethics, and impact on wildlife across the planet. 1. A vision that started with respect, not entertainment. The San Diego Zoo was founded in 1916, during a time when most zoos were little more than curiosity collections. Animals were displayed the same way objects were displayed in museums for spectacle, not welfare. From its earliest years, the San Diego Zoo chose a different path. Instead of focusing on cages and crowds, it focused on habitat simulation. The founders believed animals should live in environments that resembled their natural ecosystems as closely as possible. This idea was revolutionary at the time. Rather than iron bars, animals were separated from visitors using moats, elevation changes, vegetation, and natural barriers. This design philosophy later became the global standard for modern zoos. What made this vision powerful was not just aesthetics. It had real consequences. Animals showed lower stress levels, breeding success, increased natural behaviors, became visible. Visitors developed empathy rather than curiosity. San Diego Zoo did not ask, how do we display animals? It asked, how do we let animals live? Number 2. Unmatched size, diversity, and ecological range. One of the most obvious reasons the San Diego Zoo stands apart is its scale and diversity. Spread across 100 acres, the zoo houses over 3,500 animals, representing more than 650 species and subspecies. But size alone does not make it the best. It is how that size is used. The zoo is organized into biogeographic zones, meaning animals are grouped according to their natural regions, rather than by type. This approach educates visitors about ecosystems instead of isolated species. Some of these immersive habitats include African rainforests and savannas, Asian forests, Australian outback environments, American tropical ecosystems, Arctic and tundra habitats. As visitors move through the zoo, they are not just seeing animals, they are traveling across continents. This layout creates a deeper understanding of predator-prey relationships, light adaptation, biodiversity loss. It turns a visit into a narrative rather than a checklist. 3. Pioneering animal welfare and behavioral science. San Diego Zoo is widely respected among wildlife professionals because it treats animals as sentient beings with psychological needs, not just biological specimens. One of its greatest strengths is animal enrichment. Every animal receives carefully designed enrichment activities that stimulate natural behaviors such as foraging, hunting, simulations, problem solving, social bonding, physical exercise. These activities are not random toys. They are designed by behavioral scientists, veterinarians, and keepers who study each species in detail. This focus on mental health has produced remarkable results. Reduced stereotypic behaviors like pacing, longer lifespan, reproductive success, improved physical health. Many zoos around the world now copy enrichment protocols developed in San Diego, making its influence global. 4. World-leading veterinary care and wildlife medicine. Another reason the San Diego Zoo is considered the best in the world is its veterinary and medical expertise. The zoo operates some of the most advanced wildlife Hospitals on Earth. These facilities include diagnostic imaging CT scans, MRI ultrasound surgical theaters designed for large animals, neonatal care units, disease research laboratories. Veterinarian here are not just treating zoo animals, they are developing medical knowledge for species that have never been studied in detail before. Many medical procedures now standard in wildlife medicine were first developed or refined at San Diego, including anesthesia protocols for large mammals, non-invasive pregnancy monitoring, advanced reproductive technologies, emergency care techniques for endangered species. When animals in other zoos around the world face rare or complex medical issues, San Diego Zoo veterinarians are often consulted. 5. The global conservation powerhouse. It truly elevates the San Diego Zoo above every other zoo in the world is its conservation impact beyond its gates. The zoo operates under a conservation organization that works in over 100 countries, protecting wildlife in the wild, not just in captivity. Its conservation efforts include anti-poaching initiative, beta restoration comedy, education programs, wildlife disease monitoring, species reintroduction projects. The zoo does not claim to save animals simply by keeping them. It focuses on saving entire species and ecosystems. This is the difference between a zoo and a conservation institution. 6. The Frozen Zoo. A genetic arc for the future. One of the most extraordinary and little-known achievements of the San Diego Zoo is the Frozen Zoo. This is one of the largest genetic repositories in the world, preserving frozen embryosperm sample segs, living cell lines. These genetic materials come from over 10,000 individual animals, including species that are already extinct in the wild. Why does this matter? Because it gives scientists the ability to preserve genetic diversity, prevent inbreeding, greater population, spottily revive species in the future. This is not science fiction, is conservation biology at its most advanced level. The Frozen Zoo is often described as a biological insurance policy for Earth. 7. Breeding programs that actually work. Many zoos claim to participate in breeding programs. The San Diego Zoo perfected them. It is internationally recognized for its success in breeding endangered species that refuse to breed elsewhere. Had extremely low populations, required complex social structure. Some of the most notable successes include giant pandas, historically California condors, Brazilskis, horse Arabian, Arixawayan, crows, multiple rare amphibians, and reptiles. In several cases, animals bred at the zoo were reintroduced into the wild, directly increasing wild populations. This is one of the strongest arguments in favor of modern zoos, and San Diego leads the way. 8. Ethical standards that influence the industry. San Diego Zoo is often used as a benchmark for ethical zoo practices. Its policies emphasize no animal performance, no exploitative interaction, strict welfare audits, continuous enclosure upgrades, transparent research practice. When public debates arise about the ethics of keeping animals in captivity, the San Diego Zoo is frequently cited as proof that zoos can be ethical, responsible, and essential. Even critics of zoos often admit that if all zoos operated at this level, the debate would look very different. 9. Education that creates conservationist doctrine. Reason the San Diego Zoo stands above the rest is its education strategy. Education here goes far beyond signs and facts. It includes interactive learning zones, conservation, storytelling, cooper talks grounded in science, school programs online. Global outreach. Goal is not entertainment. The goal is behavioral change. Visitors leave understanding how consumer choices affect wildlife. Habitat destruction matters. What conservation actually looks like, how individuals can help protect species. This long-term mindset is crucial. The zoo does not just protect animals today, it creates future conservationists. 10. influence on zoos worldwide. Perhaps the greatest proof that the San Diego Zoo is the best in the world is how many other zoos follow its lead. Its influence can be seen in exhibit design, worldwide conservation standards, veterinary practice, breeding protocols, animal welfare policies. Many modern zoos openly state that they modeled their transformation after San Diego. In effect, the San Diego Zoo didn't just build a great zoo, it changed the global zoo industry. More than a zoo, San Diego Zoo is considered the best zoo in the world, not because it is the biggest, the oldest, or the most visited, but because it is the most impactful. It changed how animals are treated. It changed how zoos operate. It changed how conservation is done. And it continues to change the future of wildlife on Earth. In a world where extinction rates are accelerating and natural habitats are disappearing, places like the San Diego Zoo are no longer optional, they are essential. This is not just a zoo. It is a lifeline for species, a center of scientific excellence, and a model for how humans and wildlife can coexist responsibly.